The floor is yours.
Thank you, Göran. So, many important questions are about cause and effect. Will people become healthier if their income increases? How does immigration affect wages and employment in the receiving countries? Do lockdowns reduce the spread of infections? If you take a couple of minutes, you can easily come up with many more similar questions. The problem when answering these broad questions about cause and effect is that we will never know what would have happened under a different scenario. How healthy would an individual have been had their income been higher or lower? One way to draw conclusions about causal relationships is to conduct randomized experiments where we let decide whether an individual should undergo a specific intervention or not. This method has been successfully used in, for example, medicine when developing new drugs. However, for many questions in social sciences, it's simply not possible, either for practical or ethical reasons, to conduct randomized experiments. This year's laureates have shown that it's still possible to answer these broad questions about cause and effects, and that the way to do that is to use natural experiments. A natural experiment is a policy or an event that just happens to divide individuals into a treatment and a control group, as if it was random, without the intervention of the researcher. So let me give you an example. One question that we really would like to know the answer to is, how do attending school affect learning and later outcomes? But of course, we cannot randomize and let some individuals take part in school and forbid others from going to school. So this is very difficult. However, one thing that is random, that's the exact day when babies are born. This implies that babies born on Midnight Eve should on average be very, very similar to babies born on January the 1st. They just happen to be born on different sides of midnight. However, they will be born in different calendar years. And in many countries, you start school depending on which calendar year you are born. So depending on which side of midnight these kids are born, they will start school in different years. Now, because of the pandemic, we have had a situation where schools have been closed in many countries. This implies that these babies that were very similar just happened to be born on either side of midnight. Some of them start school a year when everything is as usual. Others start school when schools are closed. So here, nature has given us an experiment that makes it possible to answer questions that would otherwise not have been possible to answer. So this is just one example of a natural experiment, and there are many more.